Welcome back. Let's take a look at what the front pages of the papers are saying. We do have our guest who's in the house, public affairs analyst Sesan Okunade is here live. And I didn't want to mention the other, powerful...
Avid golfer, chartered accountant.
You can never introduce him without that chartered accountant because he didn't buy
a lovely husband and father, many things.
And a powerhouse. When our analysts, virtual analysts on YouTube, they say, they listed, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and they were listening, say, your powerhouses, and your name was in the list.
Wow. For top 10.
Thank you very much for that, accolade. Good
and
morning
compliments of the season to you.
Yeah, compliment of the season, and welcome back, Oliver. I think we just seen after your arrival.
Oh my goodness.
And it's good to relax. Back. Yeah, just got back, and I think I will say better.
I just got back from Cotonou.
Okay,
let me ask
let's begin.
First, have you ported?
To APC.
Okay,
no, I cannot do that.
No. It's not only.
He's apolitical.
We are on our own just to give a view to what is going on.
Okay, let's begin what we came here to do.
Let's start what we have come here to do. I will start with the daily Nigerian Tribune. This one, give me a soundtrack. Don't let me go and do a two, a three. Okay. Fubara joins APC. PDP loses out in South.
Completely.
Southeast. It's a what would I call it?
Sweep.
It's like a pandemic sweeping over the whole nation.
Yeah, that's what they call.
They are using broom to
that's
sweep
what
all
they
their
call.
leaders.
That's massive.
I don't understand you. Yeah.
Well, Adeleke joins the Accord Party, the one governor who has decided, if nothing, I respect his refusal to join the bandwagon. If he must port, he port to somewhere.
Governor Shea Makinde is still, anyway, he's a second-term governor, so where is he porting?
Exactly. This one is someone that his future, his political future will be determined by his move. Only 4 governors remain in former ruling party. Senate approves Tinubu's request to deploy troops in Benin Republic. Community in a state of emergency. ECOWAS warns as schools in security deepen regional crisis. Applauds Nigeria for foiling Benin coup attempt. Burkina Faso did not ground NAF C-130. NAF clarifies.
So what happened?
Okay, we'll go into that shortly. Senate condemns abysmal rise in airfare. Summons minister, fan, airline owners, others. One ticket equals 5 months minimum wage, according to the Senate president. Nigeria, Saudi Arabia signed 5-year defense cooperation agreement, and Tinubu urges youths to dream big and sustain creativity and innovation. And then we also have here, still on the front page, Kogi government says 21 children rescued from suspected banditry training. This is really, really sad. Anyway, before we go into the details, I wanted to read a comment on YouTube that is reflective of the one ticket thing. Yes, Ako Dubola says, as at last week, Friday and Monday, Abuja to Lagos, 200,000 naira plus.
Yes, sir.
Vice versa. And the annoying thing is that you can't book online again. If you are going to the East for Christmas, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know how true that is. He says you can't book online again, and if you're going to the East for Christmas, I'm sure that by next week, FA will get to 350,000 naira. Anyway, let's start with your thoughts on Fubara joining the APC.
I can only say that it's long overdue. We've been waiting for that to happen. I remember there was a word from people that more people would defect from PDP to APC. And looking at the shenanigans that Fubara has faced, I was expecting this to happen. And don't forget, all the members of the state assembly are already APC. So looking at his future for the second term, it will be politically right for him to defer to where everybody is. And you know the Godfather himself, even though he's still in PDP, but everything about him, he should be in that party that is currently serving.
He seems to have forgiven him for his sins, and all is well now. It's all combined.
No, he's busy fighting PDP war. He's there. He's not
so the concentration is not on the governor. Yes. And the governor just feels that, okay, now that my godfather has another battle that is fighting, let me align and see the way to move. So you see, a lot of us have said this, and it's what we will continue to see. majority of the politicians is all about their interest and what they start to gain. And I saw a particular video which I've actually called my thinking to say, this season where we now have full-time politicians are no longer what it used to be. I saw a video.
What do you mean by full-time politicians?
Majority of our politicians is they don't have any other thing doing than just thinking of how to galvanize when they finish this term, how to go next time. When you leave governor, how to go to Senate or even become local government chairman, you know, just be in line. Some don't mind to leave gubernatorial seats and go and contest for the councillor of their ward, all to be politically relevant.
Right.
You're exaggerating.
No,
that is not
right.
exaggeration,
Why do you
Benga.
think our legislature is like retirement plan for all the
For most governors.
Yesterday,
So they just want to do that.
all.
So
They don't want
those
to live
are-
like ordinary civilians anymore.
That's why I saw a video trending about the former governor of Lagos, Fashola. The only thing I'm yet to validate is it a current video or is something
They said it's a
people have
current
to, but people said it's a current. I saw
current
the
video.
trending.
It's back to-
And I'm like, that is a man.
Let's
When
not
you are
call it
called
behind.
to serve,
back to practice.
serve and go back to practice. But I can tell you, majority of the people that we have currently serving are full-time politicians. So when they leave a seat, and that's why they can go all out with all desperation to make sure that they secure something. And so when you don't give them a particular thing, that's why they will tell you, oh boy, it's just to remain relevant. Let me be councillor. By next year, they will move me to House of Assembly. Other time. We should avoid, demotivate this thing that we are actually getting, and that is when we can
we're
get
also
value.
promoting it, because if you look at the president's ambassadorial nominee list, it's filled with politically exposed persons. So it's almost like a compensatory list. Politically exposed persons, it's like you're rewarding favors and here and there. So we need to make politics less attractive.
That's
and they should be
what I
paying
allow
them
the people.
the amount they pay lecturers and a university professor.
Even a lot of people are
and
saying, can we
military
even
personnel.
make our legislators be on
Part-time.
part-time, where you just go do your normal work, come in the afternoon, have a sitting, as a lot of us have actually been doing maybe with one professional body or the other. You just come, you take your life, because we believe and we know that you have more than enough. That is why you can contest for that political office.
Yeah.
And what you claim to tell individual, you are there to serve. So a lot of these, the remaining 4 governors, we don't know what will still happen between now and 2027. Whether those ones will stick there. At least if nobody is leaving, I know that Sheyi will not leave. Because Sheyi is having his second term. That's Engineer Makinde of Oyo. He's having his second term. And he wants to hold on to that particular party to say, the same way Ashiwaju stood with APC from ACN, he too is being there and there. And for my governor who has defected to Accord Party, congratulations to him. I think I said it last week when I came, even when we've not gotten the claim. I feel that's the party that it can actually dictate what he wants, and he will really easily have his way.
But does he have time? Because elections are next year in Osun State.
For
And does he have the chance against the APC machinery, knowing that the family member and the immediate past governor, Oyetola, the minister of the blue economy, is there, the APC is entrenched in Osun State. So his chances strong.
See, when it comes to this politician, there are a lot of things that happen behind the scene that is not known to us. So when they will sit down, they used to know there are times you will be in a particular political party, and on the face, you are fighting for your party, but behind the scene is a different ball game. So, and that, we've had instances where we ask them, why are you doing this? They say, that's part of politics. So it's not what you see on the surface that you should be. So whether he has the chance or no chance.
You talked about things we've seen on the surface. Governor Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke. He openly endorsed. He openly endorsed President Tinubu for 2027.
Yeah.
When he was in PDP, does that endorsement still stand now that he's an Accord Party? Knowing that Accord Party too would go to primaries and put up a presidential aspirant.
I can tell you that.
Would they have to tell him to recant that statement?
But before now, what is the position of Accord Party at the federal level?
Not strong.
Not strong. So you are coming in
Even
with
at the state
someone
level.
who will tell you that I have the ear of Mr. President. So that declaration for Mr. President for 2027 still stands and is going to be part of the thing. So if he's able to have the ears of the center to say, no, now let this man just fulfill his second term and allow him to go, then we can reinstate. That's why I said there are things that happen behind the scene that is not known
Why
to...
does he need the approval of Senate? Is it not the people of Osun State that would decide who their governor will be?
I think, Benga, I mean, you've asked...
Am I being naive?
You are being sarcastic.
Benga, you are asking... I mean, I was putting down something while you were asking the few questions, ideas. But there's a question I want to ask. Benga's asking the right questions, and I wish we could turn that into a program. I mean, questions from a journalist. Fact. But my point
Ideas,
is...
they weep.
Write it down.
No, it's written down already.
Olive doesn't have her own. Let me also write down my own.
But you know we have to...
Great
Some
minds.
people are watching now, they'll say, that's a good show, let's quickly carve it and create.
that's true.
But if you steal it, we know where it came from. He asked a big question, and I want to follow up with another question. If he endorsed President Bola Tinubu, and now that he has moved, my question would be, this one that everybody is moving to the APC, could it be that there's a big offer, or the Sahara statement made earlier, the Sahara reporters, that they are being given something? Does it look to be true? Because it's starting to look worrisome that everybody's starting to align with the center. What happened to the mandate? And do you also think that our policy, the Nigerian constitution, should actually be looked into seriously? Because it's favoring some now, nobody's talking. Maybe in 8 years' time, if the table turns,
They will compare. And we have this way of copycat. And after all, they did it in that administration.
Exactly.
Nobody talked.
Obasanjo, they invaded the states that time, nobody talked. Jonathan, they do this.
Joe, you see, this thing that is happening are part of the things we've actually put up to say. The politicians need to stand in a place where people will accord that trust in them. And when you see things play out like this, you are asking everybody is aligning. The man at the center, one of the fear, where a lot of people said they hardly wanted Mr. President to be at the center, is they refer to him as master strategist. And that we're seeing playing out. People that saw this years back said this is actually what will happen. And we see him playing out. In fact, most of the thing that you see happening, people will say that the hand of the political party, I'm sure you've had several of that, that if you see challenges in ADC, in PDP, in this party, that it is the hand of the ruling party.
But the voice of
you
another
know,
one.
but the voice of other people that are actually voicing out. I will say this categorically. Joe, we are not politicians, but that is politics. And it happens everywhere to use everything within your capacity to galvanize that which you can have to yourself. A lot of us question it when subsidy was removed, that our expectation is that the fund from that subsidy will be used at the center to develop something that will be beneficiary to all. Take, for example, resuscitating our refineries, where we can talk about having our own. What Olive read about aviation, having our own national carrier that can ease business processes and the like. But Mr. President, in his wisdom, said, I need to take this to the grassroots. And he empowered. A lot of governors said, now we have money. So it's a strategy on his part to look at. So when you have been given money and you see the way it's going, will you on your own want to act against the person that is actually taking care of making you to be a star in your state? They may reverse it when Mr. President comes in 2027 to now say the subsidy money you no longer get. But at least he has achieved, and that is why a lot of them want to form alliance in line and in sync with what Mr. President is doing. But I can tell you that holistically, from what we have had, everything going on is politics. And that's how those games are being played in politicking.
Okay, let's go to another paper very quickly. We have more papers to look into. I think we should delve straight into, I like Daily Independent. Daily Independent is loaded with a lot of stories. out of school children polls national emergency, according to Shetima. It says so. Fubara finally dumps PDP, joins APC, cites need for stability. He says indigenous shipping fleet near collapse due to CVFF stagnation. But let's leave all that story and come to the bottom left corner. It says kidnapping school children lesser evil than killing soldiers. Sheikh Gumi speaks again. I want us to focus on this.
It's almost like
I read this story. I stumbled on it
bandits.
yesterday, and I took my time to read the first 2 paragraphs, and I stopped reading, and I let it go.
I'm so sorry.
I want your thoughts on this. As a journalist, there's so many questions, and you read certain things, and you try to juxtapose it with what some other persons have said that got them picked up by the DSS, got them picked up by the police.
And some of them still left in correctional facilities.
They are still there till date. Some of them have not even gotten a date for trial. But here you have someone who appears
to be untouchable.
He has become prominent as a result of being the carrying out a tete-a-tete, or being the middleman between the country, not Nigerians alone, no, the whole country versus the kidnappers or the bandits. And here he's spewing a lot of things. Last week he said another one, that the kidnappers, terrorists are not bad people. Okay? He also said another one over the weekend, that the Nigerian military will not succeed in removing the terrorists. And here he is now with another one saying kidnapping school children is even lesser evil than killing soldiers.
You see, he speaks...
Making excuses for criminality.
Yeah, it speaks volume, the way and manner we are handling this issue. And that's why a lot of people said this issue of kidnapping, terrorism may not leave us in a very short time. It might be an evil that we need to live with over the years, because there are certain set of people. And you see, with the way Gumi is speaking, you are emboldening other people to come out. To now say, if this man is carrying out all these utterances and nothing is happening, then we can, even when you don't have link with the bandits, you can come and just be saying certain things so that you can get attention. And they will look at your door. As far as I'm concerned, by now, we should be asking questions. Gumi should not be a free person that will move around. But it's best known to the government why they are actually handling his case the way it's actually going. And you can't, I'm not a military person, I am not at the aim of affairs. We are only saying it that you don't allow evil to actually, grow for a very long time.
Yeah, to fester.
And, to fester for a very long time, because other people will be learning from it. With this that is actually being said, those that are actually considering to join the bandwagon of being kidnapper and battery, you are emboldening them the more. Because these are instances that we should not see.
You are rationalizing their wicked acts.
Because you see, there are things you say that reorientate the mind of individuals. You have something in your mind, and you are just considering, should I do it? Should I not do it? And somebody is just coming with a statement to say, those that are actually doing it, they are not doing bad things.
It's adding sweetness. Yeah.
They are not doing bad thing. If indeed this has actually been done, what you have done, that person in his own small closet, you have emboldened him to say, okay, yes, I think I can go that route. And that's why we say most of the time when they when they kidnap people, when they pick some of these people up, the school children, it is not about releasing them that is always my issue. Do you know the kind of psyching, the kind of discussion they've had with these children at that very tender age that is reorientating their mind? You can bring them back home, but some things will stick into their brain to say, okay, while we are there, these are few things that they've... This kind of discussion is not something that we should be having in the public, because you don't know how viral this information will go, and you don't know the intent of individual. And that's why a lot of us will say, can we be decisive of the way this is Yuletide season now? People will just be picked up and down. And you know that, like they keep saying, they have more sophistication in tracking individuals, their movement. The next thing, the same bandits will just call up on people, pick them up, and the next thing you hear that the person is missing. So that is why I feel the level at which we are handling this issue of, in fact, I feel more for the military men, because right on their face, they see a lot of people that are actually killing their fellow colleagues, being reintegrated back into our system. People that ordinarily, if you have given them the opportunity, they would have killed them without even talking. But because we are in a democratic setting, they have to present them, allow them to face the law. They see a lot of them under amnesty being reintegrated back into the system. I'm not talking of reintegrating them back into the military system, but into our community, and they go freely. We use taxpayers' money to even empower them. And the people they have displaced are still in IDPs, suffering. Not just suffering alone. A lot of them are now becoming productive in baby manufacturing because they don't have anything doing, which is increasing the bottom line as regard our population. It's worrisome, but it is what it is.
And Olive raised a very important point on the double standards and the sort of message it sends when you have certain people that are untouchables and the DSS is running helter-skelter to arrest people just expressing their views and making statements that are critical of the government. And then you have an active citizen, not once, not twice, is making excuses for criminals. He knows where these bandits are, he interacts with them on a regular basis, and he's excusing their criminal behavior. I mean, it's about time we have an explanation as to why he still remains a free man. But let's take this call for Francis.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Francis. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
Yes, my popular quote has always been that the Nigerian politicians are surprised that we believe them, even when they don't believe themselves. The way this country is structured in a way that these people keep telling us, I'm saying this because of the defections. Political window, transfer window, has been open since Tinubu became president. Like your guest in the studio, he has said, we understand this politics. I understand Nigerian politics. It's different from other politics in other climes. So Nigerian politics, if Atiku is president today, I will tell you everything that will happen. Tinubu is, since 1999 till now, he is the first politician, the first original politician that is a president. And you know what original politicians do? They want to make sure that no party is functioning. No place is functioning. So if they tell us, hey, one party state, look, if Tinubu have a way to make it no party, that he will be the party, he will do it. That is politics. So if we continue to believe our politicians, Governor Fubara have said, oh, we want to organic support, we have to. It's because you need a second term. You need a second term. It's not for Rivers people. It's not for me. It's not for anybody. Our dancing governor from Osun State, I love his flair, everything about him. It is for his personal purpose. These things they are doing is for their personal selves. Finally, before I go, I will say this again. Nigeria is a good product, but we are yet to get a good charger to charge Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Francis.
That's the word of the day. Nigeria is a good product, but we're yet to get a good charger.
We need the original charger.
So the power is drained. We're on 5 bar. We've been going down. We're not charging. Anyway, let's look at this story again very quickly. I like your thoughts on this, not just because you are a public affairs analyst, but because you also have a background when it comes to accounting. And anybody who has a background in accounting is also aware of business. And that's why our guest here is...
And you're accountable.
He's very what's that word now? He's
a numbers man.
He's a numbers man, and he has a lot in store. The big story on Daily Independent, one of the big stories, not just the big story. Nigeria unveils lucrative mining incentives to lure global investors. Alaki announces over $2 billion inflows into lithium rare earth projects. Why are we looking at this story? I'm just going to give you a quick background before we get your analysis, also to benefit the viewers. One, the northern governors met just last week. Part of the complaints they made was that they need to put a ban on mining for at least 6 months. They believe that if they do so, it will reduce the number of kidnappings, killings, and insecurity. Because, two, there's a backstory that while all of these incidences are taking place, businesses are going on as normal at the back end, where Nigeria's rare earth gems are being unearthed and used for business. Two, the miners kicked back and said, no, don't ban. We also saw that in the newspaper, front pages 2 days ago, said, please don't ban us for 6 months. We will not allow it. What is Nigeria doing and the minister doing? Rather than look at the situation of things, they are now bringing out a new incentive. How does that work?
Thank you very much, Joe, for that question.
But would you hold your thoughts for a second? Let's take this call from Kingsley from Edo State. Hello, good morning, Kingsley.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm coming from Edo State. I just want to make some request. All these our politicians, they are decamping. There's no problem. There's nothing lasts forever. Even outside perfume, it will not last forever. Let everybody decamp. They are making the country one-party state. There's no problem. Like when I was watching your program this morning, they say Wike did not decamp or that kind of thing. But Wike is not going to contest in anything. His appointment. But he's already in APC. If maybe we contest in governor in LCT, now we say, okay, he did not become. He's going to be in appointment. Let's wait, maybe 2027. Let's wait what will happen. Thank you very much.
It's oud.
It's lasting.
I would say oud. You know it lasts forever.
Please, let's move
It's a
on.
lovely fragrance.
Moving on, big guy, moving on.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't even know where to start from. First of all, we had the charger. Now it's oud.
Yes.
Have you tried Arabian oud?
Go ahead, please. On the mining sector.
Back to our discourse.
Mining, yes.
My position when the Northern Governor came to say, well, let's ban the issue of mining. I looked at it from the perspective of the economic impact on us as a country. That you identify the problem of saying we have illegal miners. What are the measures that are actually being put in place to curb this thing? These miners we are talking, they are not people that invested 1 million, 10 million. It's a massive investment because of the equipment that you actually need to put in place. You know, we faced during the crude oil theft that a lot of people will say they are actually stealing our crude oil. And you look at some of those things that they put in place to tap some, they are not things that you buy maybe a pipe of 1,000 or 2,000. They are, sophisticated equipment. So you ask yourself, one, how do they have access to be mining those things? Are we saying that they are more empowered than the security people that are supposed to man some of those things? And I personally stood against the position of the Northern Governor to say that will not work because you are killing us economically. People who are doing the legit, who are doing the legit, who have invested, they borrowed money from the bank, they did a lot of investment into some of those things. So you can't come overnight. So all we need to do, which are part of the things we have been advocating for, can we move to changing our security apparatus and empower the governors and let them know, okay, even though you don't have control over these mining, the things that we have as natural resources, but it's your responsibility to provide security and make sure that it is the people that are approved that are having access to it. I will not go the route to say we should shut down a particular thing. What you are doing is that you are giving boldness to those that are carrying out that illegality, and they have won the battle.
And they will still continue anyway.
Whether you shut them, when they said they closed the border not to bring some of those contraband, are those things not coming in?
Yeah.
You see how people that will go through the back door and see how to compromise the system.
I wanted to ask you something. You talked about changing our security apparatus. What would that look like for you? Is it changing the personnel? What exactly would that look like?
It's dividing the power from the center. I've said it times to that number. What we operate now is top to bottom. Everything from the federal to the state to the local government. No, we want a situation where the traditional leaders can be empowered to say in your own domain. You can imagine if there is peace at Benga's constituency, there is peace here, there is peace here, at the local level. It will metamorphose into having that area to be peaceful for business transaction. The state will not have so much problem because I want to be seen. It becomes what we call LD competition of saying my area is actually peaceful and I'm attracting investors to come into my local government, into my domain, even with that which I have. Then the state can be peaceful. But situation where a lot of crises that are actually happening are not even happening at the center. You know, the last time we had discussion about the kidnapping in Benue, in Kebbi. It's about 7 hours drive from the center.
Absolutely.
Who thinks about that particular area? Those areas where some of these things are happening are where we lack governance and proper administration. So you can imagine if in an area there is a police station, not police post, police station, where it is the people that have understanding of it, they can monitor the security activities in their environment and report swiftly for action. The state will even have minimal problem. Then the federal can now concentrate maybe on the highway, just like we have in developed countries, where you have the metropolitan police, those that are the federal level, and the likes.
Yeah.
No, those are the things I feel we need to do to address this problem of, I will not support. And I think what the minister is saying is staying focused. But how much, what I'm calling him out for this morning, how much are you doing? Investing in a place where we have been seen, where he himself came up the other time to tell us that we have the cabals that are not allowing things to actually
prevail. The ministry has
prevail.
also developed mine rangers to secure mines and stop illegal mining.
But those illegal mining is still ongoing.
Okay,
So how do you balance those
We
things?
need to work on the capacity. But before we go, let's take a look at this. Festive season, we did cover it by our National Assembly
We need to be
correspondent.
quick. There's an important conversation we need to take.
Demand, I mean, they're talking about fares, one-way fares in Nigeria, 400,000 to 650,000. It's ridiculous. Is there anything about December that makes the prices go up? And economically, is there anything that this airlines can do? Because the Senate says the committee should go and report and get back to them. After 2 weeks, Christmas has finished though, in 2 weeks' time. So there's no sense of urgency there. And it looks like Nigerians will be at the mercy of this airline operators.
Truth be told, there are a lot of this thing. In December, you expect a lot of things to go on the other side because when you look at the basic of economics, it's demand and supply. Are we going to inject more in terms of supply to take care of the demand? A lot of people that cook 2 cups of rice, you know, at December wants to cook 3, 4, 5. You are putting pressure on the demand. So when you have, it's just the basic economic principle to say when demand outweighs your supply, definitely the price of that particular product must definitely go up. So that's what we're saying.
Man, I can't spend that type of money.
That's why you stay where you are. So when there is no
That's the
demand,
problem. Stay there.
no, stay where you are.
But that's harsh.
It's
You've
not
seen
harsh.
family in a whole year. You want to go in December. I mean, and it's not the same all
And the
year
road
round.
is not
so
safe.
why?
So the truth of it is, if you cannot afford, so with you, you know, saying that you cannot do it, that is -1 of the demand. Maybe by the time you now have supply, which is another basic
problem, yeah.
supply outweighing that of demand, definitely the price will crash because that's when you see them doing promo.
Exactly.
People will now say,
Fly to this place.
fly to this place and connect another one.
Yeah.
When you see such thing happening, it's because there are no sales. But when you have opportunity to maximize the money, so if you are not going and Joe is not going, Olive is not traveling,
Unfortunately, we have to travel. People
So if you have to
connect with their
travel,
families.
it is that is what we call the harvest time for the businessman. Because that is the opportunity.
It's exploitation. I don't know.
It's not because
It's just like during
Airbnb.
COVID when people were escalating the prices of things.
Of
common
nose
tissue
mask.
paper, nose mask,
Of
were
nose
buying
mask.
for 30,000.
If you
It's-
talk to our
it's-
marketers at
yeah.
New Central,
Yeah.
rate cards have not escalated because it's December.
Exactly. We also
Yeah,
offer services.
we're
I will not
offering
say,
services.
oh, because it's December. If you are calling me to MC an event, I will charge you times 2 of what I typically
you have the right to do that. You have the right. You might feel that
you know what
you are not
really
going.
there's a lot. There's supply. There's
Eh?
plenty supply in that field.
You now
I get
answered my
1.7.
question.
I get
So
okay,
you can't do that because as soon as you are
The
going to
story,
double,
yes.
your
We are out
fee,
of time.
another
We need to
person
take
is
this
there
through.
to
We
do
have
it
like
less
2
time.
minutes left.
No problem.
Abubakar Malemi, the former minister of
Wow, yes,
Justice.
justice.
Yes, former
I
Minister
hope
of
he
Justice
gets
and
justice.
Attorney General has been detained by the EFCC. They are accusing him of looting funds, Abacha funds. They say he didn't meet his bail
They
conditions.
said the lawyer they hired and paid had already done the job. He now hired 2 lawyers. They copied and pasted, and he gave them invoice to do what had been done. So they need him for questioning.
Pardon me, this issue when you have EFCC and the politician coming is just to, in my personal view, is like a distraction, because it is the beginning of the game you will see, the end you will not see it. So that's why a lot of us will say, the man will come, he will do Christmas in his house. A lot of other people have come to visit. The former Kogi State governor.
You should not expect anything major out of it.
It's just
a
for
hula
the
balloon.
headline. Yeah, you just have it out there. I'm sure they just want to be seen doing some of this work. It's part of the problem we've had with some of this problem. Because even when you have facts before you to nail people, how many of it have we actually maximized to put these people behind the
White
bar?
Lion is still wearing white.
So you discover that with everything that was said with the former Kogi state governor, where are we on the case?
Nothing.
Nothing. So as
With all the cat and mouse games
game that played out, nothing. So but if it is one low-level cadre person that this is actually happening to, in fact, you won't see it on the face of the dailies. He would have been dealt with and become a forgotten issue.
You're preempting the EFCC. They will surprise you.
EFCC they are officers of integrity.
I'm not saying they are not officers of integrity. I'm only using the antecedents that we've seen. That
In
personally,
cases.
I have not seen some of those cases that we have discussed.
But it's early days. When they
cases.
carry out their investigation and see that, wow. this
And
man
you
is
see, my
guilty.
problem, Benga, is that most of the time, we don't do investigation before we bring out the story. So we will now bring out the story
Media trial.
and start the investigation, and we have nothing to hold on it. That is actually my problem. And that's why I'm not saying they are not integrity people. They are. But the truth here is that we have seen the antecedent of where some of these high-profile people will be challenged or accused or alleged, as the grammar might be. And the end thereof is that they will still come back and be a free man
They are
on the street.
celebrating
Okay, I want to quickly-
without waiting for VAR.
I want to quickly, as we wrap up, take comments from YouTube Live. Fubara defecting to the APC is not shocking. I guess it's part of the condition he was given during his negotiations with the president and Wiki. Mokunye Chukwemeka said that. Melvin Orianwo says, APC is a joke. Akpabio is the worst Senate president. The senators are representing themselves and not Nigerians. The APC is the worst thing to happen to Nigeria. Ako Dubola says, okay, we've taken this earlier. Pius, thank you very much for always giving us kind words as well. Pius is always taking coffee with milk but no sugar. He said, let me now sip my coffee with milk and no sugar.
I like that.
Okay. Too many issues in Nigeria, but if you ever grok or ChatGPT a new version of rubber stamp, look no further. Nigeria present Senate will do justice to that, though. It is well.
Okay.
On
Let's
that note,
now
we
close
wrap
the
up the
curtain.
show for today on a Wednesday, Hump Day. We're thanking you for joining us, our wonderful and esteemed viewers who have kept to time, and you've been at the right place. But don't leave the place yet. We have Jasiri coming up next. The ladies are going to talk about very important topics. So I want to say thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you
my
for
name
being
is
a part of
Johansson.
this broadcast. And if you can see my face, I'm not really happy to leave because I wish management can extend it to a 9-hour show.
You will be a part of Jasiri going forward. You will do breakfast and
I'm a male.
Yeah, you do
I
Jasiri.
identify as a man, and I'm
You are a
biological
feminist. You are a
man.
feminist
No,
man.
I think you need to
No,
be part
because
of
there's
Jasiri.
so much to unpack.
everyone.
We
Look at
couldn't
my
even finish
face.
all the newspaper.